So hello again, my name is Leslie Biabanse, and last time we talked about the third and fourth principle of multimedia design. So third principle was signaling principle, where it says that we could, when we want the audiences to remember certain points, we could make the words bold, or like we could create arrows, not just fully how do I say it, continuous flow of words. Now we could make variations like that, like making the letters or the words bold in order for them to remember it. When it comes to our voices, we could change our tone, or we could put emphases like this to better tell, to better deliver, to better say, to better deliver the information that we really wanted to say and that we want the audience to remember. So next is the redundancy principle, where it suggests that even though a lot of people think that information delivered in four different ways would actually be beneficial and would be easier to comprehend the information, redundancy principle states otherwise, and it suggests that we should not repeat the information in different way possible. We should make variations and think of better ways not to repeat the information, because it makes it even difficult for audiences to comprehend, instead of what we usually think we could take it easier. Redundancy principle suggests that it should not be like that when we use text. Now we're going to the fifth and then sixth principle of multimedia design. Now number 5, we have spatial contiguity, and then number 6, we have temporal contiguity. Now, so ayan, spatial contiguity says that there should be coordination of visuals and text to show their connection clearly. Now, how do we apply this special contiguity principle? Number 1, first step, keep text and visuals close to each other in the frame. Place any feedback next to the relevant questions or answers, and ensure directions are presented on the same screen as an activity. Now, to better present this, how do we apply? Basically, the spatial contiguity here is an example of how we put the text and then images next to each other. For this example, instead of doing it like this, for example, the names of the planets are separate, and then for people who do not know kung anong planet dito yung may pangalan neto, I think we could instead put yung mga names doon sa taas ng mga, or sa baba, or sa malapit doon sa mga planets talaga, so that we could associate the name to the planets. For example, this one. This is how we should do spatial contiguity. Instead of doing the previous slide, we could make it look like this, so that the students or the audiences can comprehend and can associate the names of the planets to the images. So yan. So it says here, when words and images are spatially contiguous, learners can easily integrate the visual and verbal information into a cohesive mental representation. A core idea of spatial contiguity is that related objects should be displayed close to one another. So looking at our sample earlier, with this one, the names and the images are put in a close way. Hindi sila nakagilid, kagaya ng naunang slide na hindi mo alam kung anong planet ba to, anong pangalan nito. So ayan, placing the labels close to their respective planets allows learners to associate the words with the corresponding visual elements more effectively and more readily. This theory of learning indicates that it is more beneficial to have related words and pictures close to each other rather than dispersed when attempting to understand anything. Next would be temporal contiguity principle. Now it says here, text and pictures should be presented simultaneously because it lets people process it collectively and make deeper connections. For instance, animations should be played with voiceover. Now, some information na we use, for example, we have 30 slides. Some slides can stand alone on using one element, just one element to explain. But there are certain parts of the subject or the information that we're trying to tell which really needs two elements to be used at once to be presented, and then if it's necessary to show it like that, but to better help the audience understand, we could make use of 2 or 3 materials to better explain, but also applying all of those principles. Now we should also be very careful with that so we won't have an shortage of information and overload of information. So ayan, it says here, animation should be played with voiceover. Those are the types of presentation where you really need to mash it with other elements to better deliver the information. Because there are types. For example, the redundancy. Sometimes there are information that the principle suggests you cannot use 3 times to present the same thing. However, this temporal contiguity leans more on the side na kapag ito kailangan neto and it's very necessary, kailangan para mas better intindihin, hindi na siya redundancy. It's how do I say it? It's confirming with temporal contiguity. Iba naman yung sa redundancy. Kasi iba yung tinutukoy. Yung redundancy talaga na paulit-ulit lang. Tapos same lang din naman. While temporal contiguity suggests that you put 2 elements at once to better deliver the information. How to apply. Ensure voiceovers are timed with visuals or animations. Place related text and pictures on the same screen. Following the previous principles. This follows the connection and then the being on point of the elements that we are using, the images that we are using. Para hindi siya magkaroon ng confusion. Mas lalong mako-confuse yung mga audience mo. So, yan. Ayan. I hope you remembered even just for a bit, the 6 principles, the first 6 principles. It's very easy to remember naman. Just applying this. I hope we apply this, together with the next 6 principles. Following these 6 principles, 7 to 12, we could use it to better improve our presentations. Whether we're at school or doing presentations in our different fields. And definitely Sir Angelico would better discuss the 7 to the 12 principles of multimedia design. Thank you.